Yeah, welcome one and all. We're playing D&D again. Take it away, Zach.
Well, welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Lost Hearts, a Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. In our previous episode, the party finished up their shopping and their long rest at the cave that is now being hidden slash obscured by the dryad that you saved. That is keeping safe Jacques and Gilles, as well as Nib. Uh, And you said your farewells to the centaurs as they began their exit of this plane, claiming that there is a darkness looming overhead that they wish to escape from. As you left the cave fully rested, opting to walk rather than use the airship to kind of help get a beat on things or be unseen, you walked along and found yourself in a clearing where a large owl bear seemed to be chained to a large tree that was littered with notes, wanted posters looking for Will of the Feywild. After utilizing Speak with Animals, you learned that the owl bear's name was Juniper, and uh, or him, his owner had captured him, chained him to a chariot, and was hadn't been back in a couple of days. They were very hungry and thirsty, and after you fed them, uh, you were able to release them. And Juniper told you a little bit about them, and it appears that they are Warduke, an individual that you all have heard of as a member of the League of Malevolence, and seems to be out and about hunting individuals. One of which is Mercian's compatriot, as well as Azure, which G knows. Opting to travel with you for the time being until Juniper can exact their revenge, you all also left several traps behind in fairy circles, uh, which, by the way, I rolled for uh, in between campaigns, and both of them will have a lasting effect on the poor soul that
Who
came
knew?
by. And you will get to enjoy that lovely scenario in episodes to come. And we ended the last session as you all came upon the tree that will lead you to Scabatha's makeshift workshop, where Toymaker, an individual that might have a key to get you inside of Loomlurch, the toy factory, is said to be hiding. But before you could get in, an awakened tree protecting the spirits of lost childhoods uh, had to be sure that those lost childhoods could be kept safe. And all of you, through your varying means, aided greatly with Aurora's channel divinity, were able to convince each and every one of these spirits to come to their natural rest. And now the portal to the tree is open, and it welcomes you uh, to transport via tree whenever you are ready. So I will hand over the session to all of you. And if there's anything you would like to say or do before heading into the tree, now's the time to do it.
Uh, Excuse me, Twee. Is there any dangers we will need to look out for when we journey through the gateway you provide?
The tree kind of it shrugs a little bit. My brother on the other side says that there are lonely spirits on the other end. Whether or not they are dangerous or violent, I do not know. There is definitely lingering spirits and thoughts in that home. I would advise caution. I do not know what danger there may be.
Thank you.
Do you two want me to, make us a little bit quiet for a bit? I think I can do something for us again.
That may help, actually.
Okay. All right then.
That's like how long will it take to go through?
I'm not sure.
The tree
Or-
will overhear that and gesture to the portal. It is an instantaneous transport. Once you step inside of me, you shall appear on the other end, as if no time has passed at all.
And we should be careful. I think it might be a good idea to do this right now. And is everyone within 30 feet of me? Yeah, I'll
Here.
get closer to everyone. Just to, yeah. Before yep, everyone's within 30 feet of me now. I'm going to go ahead and use my free charge of Pass Without Trace to cast Pass Without Trace on everyone.
Ooh. All of you have the benefit of a +10 bonus to stealth checks. And you can also, you leave behind no tracks or other traces in passage.
That's good.
Okay, that should hold for a while. Is everyone ready?
Yes, yes.
Good to go.
Like the what?
Good to go.
All right, I'm gonna grab all your tokens and we shall teleport to the next map. Make sure, okay. And I'm gonna change the music.
Is that Peppa Pig? Yeah, that's Peppa Pig.
Coo, coo.
Top left corner.
All of you find yourself stepping out of the tree, and immediately you see this very cozy looking workshop, probably sized just enough for a few people could have worked in. It's very dilapidated. The roof is missing. You can easily see inside the open panels of the home. And through it, you can see scattered remains, broken desks, discarded tools, and just a little bit of everything in there, as well as what appears to be a lot of toys. And that's what you can see just from your first cursory glance of this area.
I was just thinking about looking for a Lavender Town version that I could use for a campaign, and you come out with this.
I love this theme.
It's so good. Are we supposed to enter this place?
I think. G, do you want to get a sense of if it's safe?
Let's look around.
Okay, gang, let's split up.
Split up and look clues.
Let's split up and look for clues. Alright.
The entrances on here, I'm just gonna mark in yellow.
Okay. Huh. Well, the forest is my favorite terrain, so I'm gonna go with the one that has more trees.
I'll Laura is going to. How long does detect magic work? Is it instantaneous or 10 minutes? Yeah, one moment. Yeah, Aurora, before she goes in, is going to cast Detect Magic and slowly creep around. Is gonna go to the right, let's say. And then leave and let the larger creatures stay outside if they so wish.
Alright, then I will check the range. For the moment, the only magic you can detect in your radius is the magic of the portal tree that you stepped through.
And these entrances they don't have any doors or anything?
No, they are. Well, there are doors on them, but they are like fallen over and just kind of dilapidated. You're able to just walk yourself through them.
Wait, they're broken over and dilapidated?
Yes.
How big are the holes? Can I mend it?
Yes, they are definitely mendable.
I'll focus on the hinges to try and mend them so they don't screech as we open the doors. If they're dilapidated, I'll just spend a minute casting mending on them.
Yeah.
Okay. As you cast mending, you kind of focus yourself onto the, and you'll probably have to cast it twice, I will say, to get to the two main breaks, which are the hinges, and as you focus your mending on them, they both return to their former luster, and you believe now that they are about brand new.
I'll slowly open the door, peek inside, and take a quick look around.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. Since this is close quarters, not using the best rescope, so no advantage. Oh, don't need it.
Okay, here's a couple of things that you kind of see in your immediate vicinity. I'll go ahead and mark these with red. You see a sealed crate right there in the red, and it seems to have on there marked Boggle Toy Making Company. You also notice this very large stuffed bear that is about twice as big as you, and it looks as though it might give really good hugs. And would you roll me a 6, 7, 8. Would you roll me a d8?
A D8, sure thing. Just put my bookmark back in and roll in a D8.
D8, there's 8 people in the party,
8.
in the group.
You see that there is a tag, kind of like on the bear's rear end, with a natural 20 that you're able to see. And you see the name Zinner has been handwritten on there with like the cutesy backwards childhood writing. And you also see this right here, which appears to be a goblet with a couple of rations nearby it. The goblet appears to be about half full, and the rations around it seem to be fairly fresh.
Oh. That's a little odd. Hey, Aurora, does the name Center ring a bell to you?
Does it?
It would not be familiar to any of you. I'm gonna roll for Elizabeth real quick. It escapes her at the moment.
Apologies. Well, that bear has that name on its name tag in the back, and the weird thing to me is that there's a kind of like goblet over there in the corner that still has fresh rations on it.
We're gonna slowly sneak in. Slowly sneak in and let G do his thing while we...
Swing around the building here, peek around the corner here, and scan around.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Do so with advantage, as Mercian will provide the help action for this scouting. All right. With a 14. You will see the main entrance there is no door at all on this one. It's just a completely open gap of space. You see a rather large-looking doll with a red hat and blue overalls, just kind of lying against a broken table. When compared to like the rest of its surroundings, it seems remarkably clean. In fact, if you would like, you can make me an intelligence check to kind of gain further information about that, as well as this other doll that is sitting on this, it's kind of been propped up on a plant. The plant, while dusty and a little bit overgrown, the doll too is also clean. And with an intelligence check of 16, you can gather pretty quickly that these dolls have been cleaned recently.
So, pick up this doll here and see if there's like any dust underneath him.
Yes, as you pick up the doll, there appears as though there was a layer of dust underneath him, but it was kind of wiped off in like a circular pattern, but the rest of the desk was left untouched. If you would, go ahead and roll me a d7 real quick. Okay. And much like Cliff did, as you pick it up, there is a tag on this doll that is big enough and noticeable enough to see, and you see written on it, Sloan. This one is written in cursive, although it is very basic cursive common, as though someone was just learning how to write in that kind of a script.
Give it a gentle shake. See if we can hear anything on it.
Make me an investigation check. As you kind of gently shake the doll, you sort of notice that one of its hands kind of slowly grasps onto you tightly, but then lets go whenever you stop shaking it.
Don't shake the baby.
Gently lay it down. And like with forefinger and thumb, like shake the hand that grasped at me.
Make me a persuasion check. For a brief moment, you swear just in the corner of your eye, you can just kind of see kind of this flat-faced frown on this doll kind of slowly curve up into that of a gentle smile. Non-threatening, but it seems to appreciate the handshake.
just gesture over that. Follow me as I move up. Carefully. Can I see name here too?
Yes, roll me a d6. Oh, sorry, correction. You see the name Mishka on a little, it's actually written on the very bottom of this doll's dress. Almost like it was, or not written, it was sewn into it. Like at the very bottom of this dress, you see Mishka.
I'm good for now.
Okay, we'll hop back over to Aurora and Cliff. What are y'all doing?
As we're being a little bit sneaky, Aurora is going to attempt to telepathically communicate with the bear as she remembers that children were being turned into toys or something. So she's going to try to communicate with the toy and is using the mind link response to give it ability to talk back. And she telepathically says, "Hello, is anyone there?"
Make me a persuasion check.
How?
You definitely feel a connection link with this bear. Although, make me an insight check as well. Whatever kind of mental link you've established with this bear, you don't feel as though it is childlike in nature. You feel it is something different, something spiritual, something you've never quite encountered before. But I would say with that insight check, you know that this is not a polymorphed child. This is definitely a quote-unquote construct of some kind that has some sort of sentience. It just does not seem willing at this time to communicate.
Cliff is very curious on that goblet with fresh rations, so he would like to inspect that.
Okay. You can make me a survival or an investigation check.
Survival or investigation? Oh, I'm actually good at survival.
With that survival check, you most definitely get the feeling as though this was sat down in a hurry. There's kind of like liquid still kind of gently dribbling from the sides as though someone had just put it down and like sloshed a bit out of it. And the rations seem to have been... rations go bad after a certain period of time. This kind anyway, it is there's a form of meat that has been dried, but there are very fresh bite marks in it. You would gather, especially with a survival of above 20 like that, this was probably sat down not 5-10 minutes ago. which would coincide with about the time that all of you stepped into this area.
And with his mind, Cliff is gonna try and talk to Aurora, even though it's not gonna work. But he doesn't know that because he doesn't remember it. He's gonna try to think to Aurora. This goblet's fresh. Somebody just left it here. There's someone here. And it's gonna pull out his +1 short sword, and it's gonna have it at the ready, and looking around, kind of like crouching down a bit. And looks back to Aurora and puts a finger up to his lips and kind of like in a hushing manner.
Aurora nods and again telepathically to the giant bear says, I'm gonna quickly go past you. I am not trying to harm you. And Aurora's gonna try and sneak round to the box labeled toy company or whatever it is and see if she can gently open it without breaking it or tripping any alarms or anything.
Alright. Make me an investigation check real quick. And you also notice as you say that message to the bear, it kind of just gently slouches back in the corner as if it had just kind of fallen down on its own. And it kind of gives you space for you to move closer to the box. And with an investigation of 19, you realize pretty quickly this chest would be very easy to open. It's not locked or anything, but given its age, you would need to take some extra care, aka make a stealth check, to try and open it without making significant noise.
Just a second, that's concentration.
You have a +2 stealth, don't forget that.
Oh yeah, true that. Okay. So, just so... no, I still want to have detection magic available at that second level, so... yeah, going to attempt to stealthily open this chest. And that's...
Okay.
What's that roll? Oh, that's an 11, because of the thingy.
Yep. With the natural 1, though, as you... even with your additional assistance with passive out of trace, you're able to like get 3/4 of it open. You're being very extra careful with it, and the spell will give you some advantage to it. But when you get to that last bit, it cracks, and there's a loud noise that kind of echoes around the area. But you do manage to pull it all the way off, and make me a history check as you look inside. This one would be an advantage. Aurora, you are very familiar with the contents of this chest. They are all very small plush animals and monsters from out the multiverse. And you recognize them because these are very similar to the old toys that would be given away at the Witchlight Carnival. They were very much beloved as some of the nicest prizes at the games and at the stalls. But about the last 10, 20 years or so, the Witchlight Carnival ran out of their stock and had to start going outsourcing to some other toy maker that was not quite as good. And so you kind of gather the knowledge that this Boggle toy company vastly makes very good toy products.
That boggles the mind.
Tish.
And if they, so Aura's gonna look for one that looks kind of like, if there's a fox one, she's totally gonna reacquire it.
Oh, absolutely. You can add a white fox plush to your inventory. It's not an item; it's just a something for your notes. And Cliff, as you are kind of scouting the area around you, go ahead and make me an additional perception check.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural one as well.
Oof. You get a little bit distracted by the crack behind you with Aurora, and you're not able to focus quite well in that moment. But some things, like even with a natural one, are just basic to the eyes. The first one being that this, I'm going to mark it in red. This used to be like a set of two very large doors. You see one of them on the floor there that has broken off. This is now just a very big gap separating a workshop from the personal quarters that you are kind of currently in. You see right here a very adorable yellow rabbit-like plush with bright red cheeks. And you see a toy train right there. And you see a small, yeah, make me a memory check for me. Roll me a d20 and tell me if you succeed or fail.
Oh, sorry, didn't realize I was muted. I succeed.
All right. You recognize that as a I'm trying to think of what word I would use for this. You see like a multi-tool knife, which you kind of remember seeing in your childhood, flashes in like vast desert marketplaces, and you remember one being planted in your hand at one point, and you know that it's kind of has different things that can pop out, like it has the functionality of a dagger. It has the functionality of a very simple tinkerer's tools. And it is not an all-purpose tool, but it is kind of like a level below that almost. And that is what you see with your perception check of that.
Cliff's eyes are immediately drawn. Well, Cliff first starts looking around, looks over at those things over on his left side, and hears a crack of the of the crate being opened. Turns to Aurora and thinks in their direction. I told you to be quiet. Why am I whispering my own thoughts? And then goes back to scanning the rest of the room, sees the doll, and then remembers that multi-tool and stares at it for a couple seconds, head cocking to the side, and walks up to it and picks it up.
Some things don't require a perception check. As you pick it up, you like turn it around in your hand, and you do see kind of like written in like a almost branded in the side of this tool is the name Cliff.
Oh. This is mine. I'll kind of brush off any dust that it has on the metal, kind of like polish it with my shirt, and hold it up, look at the name again, and put it in one of my side pouches.
You may add a tinkerer's tools to your inventory.
Tinker's tools.
And G, how would you like to proceed on your end?
I guess look at the doll here in the doorway.
Okay. You see, kind of written on the bottom of this pig-like doll. Roll me a d5. You see the name? Hud.
Look up and scan the room.
Okay. Make me a perception check. You may do so at advantage, as Mercian will give the help action. Ooh. The nat 20s and nat 1s are rolling tonight. I will go ahead and point out the most obvious thing. You see a very large doll here to your side, set atop a barrel. A green doll on this barrel up here. A spud-shaped construct, question mark, sitting on some rubble there. You see a very large doll that appears to be sleeping with his eyes kind of sewn shut, sitting there. A smaller doll right there. A toy construct of some kind, kind of like a chariot, but it doesn't have anything that's like pulling it. And you also see some notes here, some notes here. What appears to be a black teddy bear that has one hand on a very large-looking tome.
Gently pick up the pig doll and lean it up against the other doll on the barrel there.
Okay. Is leaned up against that, and make me a perception check again.
There it is.
They look to be sitting up next to each other. Good job. It's standing up straight.
Walk into the room then. Look at these papers here.
Okay. For this set of papers, no investigation check is needed, as they are written in common, and it is a fairly straightforward document. It appears to be a series of very old work orders. It appears to be addressed to Scabatha Nightshaw, founder of the Boggle Toy Company, and it seems to be a extensive order of handcrafted toys, and it was written and ordered by the Witchlight Carnival. It appears to be a pretty hefty price tag. It's about 100 gold pieces, which for this kind of work is pretty good money to be making for a company. And it seems to be asking for mostly animals and famous monsters of the sort. But you'll notice that at the bottom of the work order, it's got a very tight deadline. Like the order was placed on, let's say for sake of simplicity, it was placed on the first day of a month, and it has a execution date or delivery date of only 7 days later. And for the quantity on this order, it seems to be quite a tight deadline.
And recent date time, or several years old?
This one is several years old. Make me a history check at advantage because you are a Witchlight Carnival hand. With a 13, you're not quite sure on the exact date and time, but you do notice that this is about the time frame when the carnival started getting a lot more complaints and a lot more security issues. So a pretty old document.
Take that with me.
And it's about this time that you would see Cliff making his way into the area.
This ain't much on your side.
Huh? Sorry, I got all distracted with this. What was that?
You see much over there?
Yeah, somebody was here not more than 5 or 10 minutes ago. They left a goblet that's half full and rations lying about that are freshly bitten into. I think someone's here.
Who's that? Yes, it was on arm. Is concentration? No, it is not.
Oh yes, let me measure you again real quick for detect magic. Here's my measuring tool. Have I just lost my mind? Where is it?
Nope.
Whoop. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. I don't know where my measuring tool has gone.
Also, as Aurora walking there, she's also going to cast the spell See Invisibility, and that is a non-concentration spell, so it doesn't affect detect magic.
Okay.
Hearing that
Perfect.
someone was just here earlier.
With your detect magic, you see a magical aura around this book. It seems to be a. Let me go look at detect magic again real quick. Magically use your action to see if anyone is wearing the School of Magic, if any. Okay. You sense a low-level abjuration spell encircling this tome. And with your See Invisibility, would you go ahead and make me a perception check?
Sure.
You, Aurora, would see a glimmering outline right about here.
I see invisible creatures as if they are invisible, but ethereal creatures are ghostly and translucent, so I'm assuming it's on the
Yep.
ethereal plane.
You will see, you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible. Okay, then yes, you would see this creature who is like peeking around the corner and just like looking, like doesn't have any weapons drawn or anything. He's just kind of shaking there and watching you and Cliff as you're walking through the door. You see. Where are you? You see this creature.
Oh. Okay. Aurora. Oh, wait. Yeah, so Aurora says out loud, wow, all of these toys are very well made. I would be so happy to speak to the person who created them. And then, as she's doing that, she's going to swap the mind link to the toy maker, because mind link requires you to be able to see it, and she can see it because of the spell. And is going to say, don't be afraid. We won't hurt you.
Oh, oh, and just the shock of hearing that, you watch as the invisibility drops from him, and as he kind of backs in the corner a little bit more. Oh, please, please, please do not harm me. I will go. I will go tell Scabatha. I will leave her shop. I just did not wish. Oh, these toys were so dusty and dirty. I could not leave them behind.
There he is, get it.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Aurora walks over and oh, no, don't leave.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, Aurora like goes over about 10 feet away and kneels down, trying to envision her camp counselor, YCCA member, leader, energy, and says, "Hey, it's okay. You are allowed to clean these toys. We appreciate it. They are very nice, and I can see why you'd want to clean them. Do you want to come out so we can talk nicer?"
Make me a persuasion check at advantage because you complimented his toy making. Oh, okay. And he just kind of like slowly trots out. He is a medium-sized creature, but he is definitely shorter than you. Probably comes up to about your waistline, I would say. And he'll kind of slowly poke in through here. Well, hello. My name is Toy Maker. I used to be the head craftsman for the Boggle toy making factory. We used to do such fine work. We had a partnership with Scabatha, but ugh, her work these days is so derivative, so mass-produced. It just has no heart anymore. I could not work for them. But before I left, I knew there were some lovely toys that she had just thrown away here from a band of children she had taken. I could not just leave them here to rot. They were mine. I had made them. I had given life to them. It was just too sad to let them stay here and rot.
I'd like to read the name on this doll.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
1.
Bobby.
Where is Bobby?
Oh,
Where is Pud?
most of them.
Where is Mishka?
Most of them are probably in Scabitha's dollhouses right now. That is where she takes the children. Once she has assured them and taken from them their ability to age, their ability to grow, she puts them in dollhouses so that they can play with her toys and be such. She thinks they are happy, but they are not. No one would be happy confined like that. She treats them like dolls of her own. It is horrible.
Cruel. That's very cruel and unpleasant. Did you agree with that?
No, of course not. Nobody in this part of the domain, nobody in Tither, wants to harm children or imprison them. I do not know why she does what she does. It is disgusting. All my people ever wanted were to be toy makers. All we wanted to do was make special things and bring them to children that our domain touches. The dryads wanted to make beautiful things, beautiful flowers, beautiful everything that they could take to other realms. And the centaurs, they wanted to ensure that wildlife that they hunted and captured in this domain could be brought and give a little bit of that joy to other planes that we touched. Tither, as a whole, was meant to be a place where things that warmed the hearts of others could be gathered and scattered to other realms to share that heart. That was what Sibilna wanted of us and of our purpose in this domain. But ever since she is gone, ever since the hags took over, it is all about Scabitha.
We're trying to take the hags out, bring back balance to this domain. And I'm here trying to get all the kids out. The ones I left behind so long ago. Will you help us get to her? Please?
You wish to take down Scabitha?
Yeah,
Do you believe you can really do that?
we've already taken one out. There's one more.
Were you the ones that defeated her vile sister?
Let me check. Gee, were we the ones who defeated her
we got
sister?
rid of Lorna because I made a joke about turning her into a curry, but I never got to use it in the battle. That's why I know her name.
Oh. Yeah, we were the ones who took her out.
Amazing. Well, you ever hope to step foot in her magically sealed toy factory, the place of vile capitalism, you will certainly need my aid. And you watch as he like brings his little purple fingers out and just kind of begins twirling them around, and a magical key kind of immediately surfaces between them. It's ethereal. It's not material. It's not something you can touch or pick up. But you watch as he kind of creates it and then causes it to vanish. I have a master key that can open either the front door, the back door, or the production room. And I would be happy to aid all of you in getting inside.
Thank you.
Thank you. Might I ask, any of the items in this workspace, would they be of assistance in defeating Scabatha? And like points towards the book and the other magical things she's noticed in the rooms.
Oh, Toymaker will kind of like point to the book immediately. I wish I knew what was in that book. It seems to be magically sealed. I cannot look inside of it, but I do know. I have seen Scabatha writing in that back when we still used this place. I don't know if it is a diary or a business ledger or what, but I know she wrote something inside of it for certain. It may give you things you might need to aid you. Information is always quite valuable. And actually, and he will zoop over to the fireplace, and he will kind of dig himself inside there for a little bit. Scritchy. And he will dig out a very well hidden little wooden chest, and he will kind of drag it out. It's a little bit heavy for him. This used to be our first aid kit. Unfortunately, Scabatha locked it because apparently nothing short of dismemberment was cause for medical aid. If you're able to open it, this one is definitely locked, and I do believe she trapped it as well. But there may be some things inside of here that could aid you, for certain.
If you take any of this, we might be able to get that first aid kit open. I'm not sure about that book though.
So did I find out what school of, abjuration, right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's probably after. Okay, let's see if I got a message. Oh wait, is that Scabatha's or? No, that's what Law's key. Do we have? Does anyone have a alchemy jug? Cause I don't know if any of us can magically unlock the thing. But
Oh no, I don't have one.
I'm sure we can melt the lock. Looking for some. Do you have acid in stock by any chance, toy maker?
Tell you what, I'll roll a percentile die for this because this is a manufacturing area. I'm gonna say 55 or higher, and he has it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Cliff is flipping his multi-tool. No, I don't have any ways to magically or unmagically unlock this. Sorry.
Toymaker will kind of rush back into the supply closet area, kind of rummage through some of the shelves, most of which are barren, but he just so happens to come back with a very, very tiny vial of acid. Good enough for one use.
Okay. Which do you want to open? The one that is medicine or the one that could hold secrets to victory?
Well, I think if we try and pour acid on the book, that's gonna melt it, no?
But if we just do if the book has a lock on it, not like a it's how's it locked? Is it just yeah? Would pouring acid on the lock work? I should say.
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh, good at those.
And anyone
Manifest
kind of
that
over.
20.
Oh,
Okay.
yep. With that intelligence check, you know that if you just isolate it to just so the book is like sealed and locked, kind of like with this very thick leather band that is around it completely, and the lock on it is on the side. So you believe that if you pour the acid and kind of just leave it to just the locked area, as long as you don't catastrophically screw up the process, you can keep the acid just on the lock and it wouldn't burn through the pages. But a nat 1 might change that.
Okay, who wants to melt a lock?
What do you say it was? A dexterity check or
Yeah, I think we'd have to be dexterous to do it, and
Mhm.
Aurora definitely is not that.
I would accept
other?
a sleight of hand
I can-
check for this one.
Kinda decent at sleight of hand. Not proficient with it though. How about you, G?
Decent.
Mm. I mean, do you think you could do it better? Do you think maybe I could do it better? I could kind of like provide guidance, maybe a little bit of help. I'm not sure. Try and help, maybe try and like hold it off to the side or something. I don't know.
Hey, stop that.
Cats being annoying.
Is that the dog outside the window?
Ah, the dog.
Uh,
Basically, is your dex higher or lower than mine? Mine's a +3.
mine's higher.
Oh right, game
Mine-
plan. How about G tries to pour the acid, Harmony helps him out, and I guidance. Plan?
Yeah, sure. Who's Omni?
Cliff, sorry.
Huh?
You're Cliff, right? Or are you like Dave or something?
Oh, I'm Cliff. Yes, but wait, were you talking to me when you said Omni?
Oh, yeah, sometimes you go by the name Omni.
Well, that's a weird name.
I know, right?
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is up with that? Wait, I don't even remember. I don't remember doing that. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I must be dreaming. Alright,
Maybe.
yeah, so Flora is going to guidance G. If G's up for pouring the acid.
And Nominee with help. Or Cliff with help.
All right. G, you can go ahead and make a sleight of hand check with advantage and add a d4 to your total.
Yeah. I think we should go for the book. Might be able to brute force the chest for the medical supplies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Sleight of hand check, you said?
Sleight of hand with advantage and an additional d4.
Oh, thank God for the advantage.
21.
All right. As you pour the acid onto the side lock that is binding this book, at first you almost fumble it entirely, but with all eyes upon you and Aurora's guidance, you refocus yourself, and on your attempt, you just pour it just so perfectly, like it is a straight line, almost cutting through the entirety of the metal piece. You see a magical aura erupt around the lock, which I would say, Aurora, you would recognize, as you have already surmised, is an arcane lock. But as the acid goes through both lock and aura, you watch as the lock tumbles away and the book is unsealed.
You flip through it, and it's just photos for Scabatha's OnlyFans.
Nice
Oh
going,
god,
G.
no.
Oh. Nice going, G.
Yeah, good job, G. I like the cut of your G.
Tish. So this is a rather hefty tome as you begin to kind of look it over, and you realize that this is something of a personal diary written by Scabatha Nightshaw. There is too much of it to read without taking some time, like either during a short rest or a long rest. But I will say you can kind of skim through either right away. You can like read the first page of the start of the diary, at the middle of the diary, or at the end of the diary.
Let's look for a certain date. Let's look around.
Give off the date where the shipment started going wonky.
All right. And this diary is numbered, so you're able to go find the entry closest to there. And as you begin skimming through it, you read Scabatha seems to be very happy. She declares, "Yes, yes, it is a wonderful success. We have finally trapped our sister, and we have finally split her power between the three of us. We've taken her past, her present, and her future. Bad Lorna took her past. I have taken her present, and Sister Endolin has taken her future. With this power, we can take over and split this domain all three of our ways. And finally, I can take full command of Tither and make my dream a reality. I will gather as many children as I can, and I will stop them from being harassed by their evil brothers and sisters, or their mean families that don't give them what they want. And I'll keep them forever safe in my beautiful dollhouse, where they can be children forever and ever and ever, and they'll never have to not stop playing. The evil
Motive
cackle,
so fucked up.
the evil cackle you hear overhead is mostly in your heads.
Also, so just a note, the music lined up perfectly with like the villain
I
monologue you're given.
know.
Oh, so good.
I hope somebody wrote all that down, because Cliff is not registering a single bit of that. He wrote
I just
garbage.
basically I worked out how to split the past, present, future of the sister, which I'm assuming is Tasha, and I now can control the domain all for myself. Snaps her finger, and then half the world is dead. Or
Yeah, no,
dust.
no. What I mean is, I hope somebody took notes, because Cliff is not able to remember any of that. So, yeah, that's not written in the book.
We're
Mag
to
didn't-
take the book with us, so we can go over it later.
Yeah, might be a good idea. Hey, you wanna try breaking in the other chest before we go, or maybe? Oh, I think I might be able to try something. Can I try to open this? Can I try and open the other chest using one of my short swords as kind of like a leverage to see if I can bust it open?
You can, or you could try your Swiss Army knife.
Does it have lockpicking tools?
Yes, it does. In fact, it's got or at least it would be a much better alternative than the short sword.
It's a covert companion. Yeah, I will try that then.
All right. Do y'all want to do the same thing as before? Help, action, and guidance.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Cliff, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check at advantage, and you may add a d4.
Okay. Oh boy. I don't think any of those are gonna help. Nope.
Oh god.
You're new to using this tool, and as you kind of try and pick into this older lock, it is quite rusted on the inside. You kind of realize a bit too late, as you are a bit too adventurous with this tool, and you feel parts of it inside begin to collapse, and the lock is now unpickable.
Damn it. This thing's not working.
Well, is the lock like a padlock, or is it like built into the chest?
It is built into the chest.
Alright, let's dead space open this one. Boom! Stomp it open. Or just like, you
Alright.
know, with an action game where they just punch into it and take the item out. Let's go.
Wait, hold up. Can I mend the lock back into?
Back into position.
You know what? It's not a magical lock. You can. You can.
I will mend the lock back in.
Shit. We found the lock picker's loophole. All right. The lock is like it was before.
I think maybe that might have made it a little bit more difficult, but I'm not sure. I can try again,
Sure. Let's
or do
give
you
it.
want to? Yeah. Can we try again?
Yep. You can try again. I will say because you have mended it back to its former self, the DC will go up a little bit to kind of compensate.
Okay, same type of rolls then.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Advantage
All right.
plus guidance.
That worked better.
Don't open it just yet.
All right.
Lock it, but don't
you-
open it.
You successfully hear the lock is undone, and click. The chest can now be opened if you so choose to.
I'm gonna leave it there and take a step back and motion to G. Um, you want to check something on it? You want me to do it?
Rainmaker, you said it was trapped, right?
Almost definitely. Last time someone tried to get medicine for themselves, it exploded.
And you want to have any way of opening it from a distance?
Just a second.
Yes.
Is it worth the spell slot though? That's the question. No, that is dispel magic that would do that, not break curse or dispel curse or whatever.
I think it would be the spell magic, as the trap is magical.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
have
magical
that one.
though.
Is the trap magical or mundane?
Make me an Arcana check. As far as you can tell, it seems to be fairly mundane.
Is the spell magic, or sorry, is the tech magic still up?
No, because I
Yeah,
used
I don't assume.
guidance. And that's
Oh,
also
that's true. That's a
concentration.
concentration. Damn. Uh, I don't know. I could maybe summon something.
Ooh,
To
I know.
open for us.
Alright. Is there any like really long sticks or pieces of wood we can just like stand back and like flip it open with?
There's a couple of logs over there.
Well, I was gonna offer try shooting it open.
That could work too.
Oh, do I have... Okay, another thing we can do. What we can do is get some rope and tie it to one side, and then just like flick it open with the rope.
Maybe.
I could also try something else if you guys want to step back some.
Sure. Just
Oh,
don't overdo yourself, okay? Be careful.
Let's see here. Okay. Like take my tinker's tools and gently pry up the lid a little bit, and then feel along the inside of it. See if I catch anything.
All right. Make me a sleight of hand check. You do successfully as you kind of feel along the edge. You feel like a very small bit of mechanics right at the front of the chest, where one would probably typically force it open at the mouth of it. Make me an intelligence check too, real quick, to see what you can gather as you kind of feel around. You definitely feel, well, you definitely know at the very least that this is the mechanism that is causing the potential trap, and you do feel like bits of parchment have been lodged in to whatever this mechanism is, and it definitely feels warm to the touch.
Okay. Is this the campaign where we found the paper fireballs and?
Yes. Yes, Aurora has a paper fireball and a paper revivify in her bag of equipment holding.
Okay. Where did we get those again? Or where did you get that?
Where did we get it? I think it was at the inn, right? And we just reacquired them, I think.
Yes, so there were the fire one was basically some of the doors were trapped at the end during the night as one of Endelin's goons tried to steal something from Luca's character, or from Ket's character. And when you opened it up, it caused a fireball explosion. And you were able to the first one went off because it was just opened during the night. The second one you disarmed from one of the other rooms. And you know that these are called runic spell scrolls. They are basically spell scrolls that can be used without a Arcana check attached to them. But like spell scrolls, once they're used, they're done, and they can't be transcribed into wizard spell books.
Okay. Leave that there and walk over.
There's some paper in it that feels warm. Kind of reminds me of those paper fireballs that we saw before. Do you have any idea how we could damage it so it won't detonate?
You can try rubbing the ink off. Famous last words. I don't think I have a way to. Not without destroying the thing. sure I'm
don't-
not the right one for this.
Why don't we just take it with us and open it like tomorrow when I can magically disarm it? We don't have to do it today.
We don't, but do we really want to be logging a big chest with us the entire time?
But consider, if we do run into someone that we're having trouble with, and we have this chest that when opens explodes, we can just throw it at them.
Maybe. And as long as you two are okay with carrying a bomb with us everywhere we go, maybe we can do it. Yeah. Yeah. We can give it to the basilisk. Maybe that one can take it. Playmaker, is there anything else in this place that you want us to take care of?
Mercion, do you have any ideas on how to deal with the bomb? The chest? Trap?
My spells are... I don't have anything that immediately would dispel the magic or the trap. I have some recovery spells in case the worst were to happen.
Okay then, tomorrow it is.
Yeah, tomorrow, I guess. Anything else we need to take from here, Toymaker?
No, I don't think there is anything else of much import here. If you are all ready to go,
I'll take a length of rope and tie up the chest.
Okay. You have a tightly secured explosive chest.
We got an IED just waiting to happen. Get live ordnance in our transports.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight, Call of Duty Edition.
Oh god.
I mean, this is Team Xbox.
Yeah, technically. Zach, quick question.
Mhm.
Is there any trains where Cliff is from?
Make me a memory check. So roll a d20 and tell me if you succeed.
I really do.
Mm-hmm. You kind of have this vision, this memory of a massive, steaming empire in the side of a mountain. You recall traveling there one day with your mother, and you recall seeing these long rails that have like this toy next to you that could go up and down the lengths of the mountain with very hot steam powering them.
I'll walk out to the train toy, and kind of pick it up, wipe it off a little bit, take up any dust that may have been missed by the toy maker. There's rarely any, because he's been really taking care of these toys.
Oh yeah, this one in particular is wooden and has been waxed and cleaned and even repainted. It is of superior quality.
Now, I don't know why, but I remember seeing something like this. And I think I used to like them a lot when I was a kid. I think they were one of my favorite things. wonder how that has changed. I wonder if they still use Steam. Or if they go with magic now. Or something else. Very pretty. You made a good job with this one, sir.
Well, thank you, thank you. Those are called trains. Some places use them as modes of transportation. Looks at the D2000 roll, raises eyebrow,
Okay. It's nothing. I was
lowers eyebrow.
I was just contemplating if I could make a joke about the technology level of a certain area, and that was just determining what Earth technology level it was at. But no, never mind.
Trains. I like trains.
Meow.
Can Omni or level druid craft a bunch of jasmine flowers, as he has done in previous times, and kind of like adorn the train with them?
Oh.
Alright. If there's nothing left in here, you should go back home. Or we should go back out there.
As the toy maker kind of nods and begins making his way towards the exit with you all, I would like for each of you to make me a perception check, if you would.
There was one other thing I was wanting to do.
Oh, okay. We'll do that real quick.
Like, where's the sheltered spot where the roof is most intact?
Mm-hmm. I would say definitely in probably in these areas right here. The storage areas, and they also have the coverage from the trees around the house as well.
I was gonna gather up the toys there and have the two larger ones on either end, and then lay out all the other ones in between.
All right. You stack all of the toys in the more secure areas where they will be best protected.
Catch whatever names got missed.
Okay. I'll go ahead and just type all the names out here.
So biggest sense of deja vu. I feel like I've done this map before. But what's in the? Is there anything hidden under the leafy areas in the top box?
Go ahead and make me a. You can do either perception or nature. It'll give you different results.
And also still got the invisibility up, I'm pretty sure. Perception.
You see that there are a bundle of these leafy herbs that are kind of growing in the side area of these storage areas. And given your background, you would recognize these as herbal versions of good berries.
Damn it. I was hoping you were going to say weed. But yeah, herbal good berries is good as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can ingest it like weed.
Yep. There are 5 herbal good berries.
Okay. Guess I'll put
And I
that
don't have
in.
an item for that. They're just for notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arrange them and then step out.
And as you all begin stepping out, as Toymaker is making his way, go ahead and each of you make me a perception check real quick.
And if there's anything invisible, that's included.
Aurora, you kind of notice it as you're all making your exits. You see that the dolls that G has arranged, all of them are turning their heads towards Toymaker. And you all begin hearing in your minds, not aloud, you kind of hear this sad echo. Don't leave us. You're so lonely. Our kids are gone. What are we to do without them? And you all kind of see this amalgamation of spirits kind of slowly begin to coalesce and converge right behind Omni and Toymaker.
I was going
As you
to.
all see.
I was about to say you can just like get all the toys and have like a. I don't know. There's no. We left the chariot behind. Could have put them all on the chariot or something. Or just
And
make a sled
you
or whatever.
all see. You all see this creature slowly arise. And
Oh God.
I'd like for everyone to please click on your tokens and roll for initiative.
I'm assuming the little tiny plushie that Aurora has reacquired doesn't change anything.
There are aspects of this fight that has been drastically altered as a result of all of your actions,
Oops.
and I will share that with you here in a sec.
Just redo that.
And I will get some.
Oh no. You were rolling so good. Why are you rolling
Okay.
bad now?
Okay, so yes, it's 19, I think. I don't know, you decide, Zach.
All right.
Because the 8 didn't actually get sent to the token tracker, so I re-rolled, but I forgot to press the advantage. Well, when I pressed it, the advantage button didn't happen, so then I rolled again.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
You
I'm
decide
okay
if
with
it's 8 or 19.
Yeah, we'll go with 19 since it didn't go through. Oh wait, no, I gotta roll for her. It's the other dude I don't roll for. Oop. Okay.
Your question
you...
is, can we petrify a ghost?
And I will go ahead and change the music a bit. this one then. All right. At the top of the order, Aurora, it is your turn.
Martial check. Can I see if it's immune, like any condition immunities or weaknesses?
Mhm.
That's just a wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
Ugh.
Not enough at this time.
Is that an action or?
That's just a free action.
No, I was
It's
looking
a
at other
martial
things.
check.
One-
Okay.
Okay, so Aurora pulls out her wabberjack and points it at the Spirit of Forgotten Friends and activates it. Slash roll 1d 100. 75. What does 75 do? 75 cast Fireball.
Oh god.
And because with the wording of it, I have to center the fireball on a creature as long as the creature is within the radius. So, oh god. let's see fireball's radius. Please be 15.
Oh, it's 20.
Oh fuck.
Oh dear.
It's 8d6 fire
Uh,
damage and 24 radius is purple.
Hold on, I have a measurement tool for this, actually. Where'd
Oops.
you at?
I'll just double check Wonder if Naomi thing has to.
The Grafted didn't ask how big the room was. Grafted just cast Fireball.
See, it was like a fucking 9% chance. There could have been so many
Oh,
other
I know.
Let's
Like, no,
see.
not saying anything because of that. Just joking on how small the room is.
Where do I don't have spell. Yeah,
It's
spell templates map.
DC of 15.
There we go.
So
Fire. This is 20-foot.
I wanted to center it at like the very top left, as far away from the thing as possible at the center. So like further up to the left. Yeah.
So like right about
No,
there.
it has to be. Unfortunately, the fireball has to be centered on the creature, so I'm trying to center it as. Yeah, no, where it was just before. So, because the creature is a huge one, it's 3x3, so I can center it anywhere in the 3x3.
Oh,
so, trying to center
gotcha.
it. Not. Yeah, there's good. I don't think it touches any of us, right?
I'm gonna say with the way that this is curved. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say with the way that this is curved, it will not hit any of you.
Okay, good.
Although there are other problems with this, but okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
Let's do the damage of
make
fireball.
a dexterity.
And it's a DC 15.
It will fail. It will fail, as it takes 30 points of fire damage. And the explosion rocks the roof and the foundation of this side of the building, and what was left of the roof begins crumbling down. The fire cascades outwards and begins singeing the toys that were at the very top section of this area. I'm gonna say as the stuff begins to fall down, I'd like Cliff and Aurora to make me dexterity saving throws from the rubble.
Oh no. The fireball also ignites objects that aren't being worn or carried that are flammable. Oops. So it's dex saving
Luckily,
throw?
G, the one with the chest is outside. Yep, dexterity check.
Or dexterity check or save?
Dexterity save, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I got a
All
5.
three of us have to?
Just Cliff, Aurora, Mercion, and Toymaker.
Oh boy.
I need to change his rolls to.
I mean, it's the Wabberjack for
Please
a
be
reason.
good. Please be good. Please be good. Yes.
Okay, here is Toymaker. Okay, and here is Mercion. Everyone except Aurora will succeed on this. And you will, let's see. Aurora, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as the debris from the roof begins to fall on you. The rest of you will take half as much, 7 points of damage.
Oh no. Okay. Just freaking new horrible histories episode. Stupid deaths. Aurora Chromalis.
And you see this creature kind of look at all the damage you've caused this area. The toys in the south are fine, but the ones that were up north are now charred. And you watch as its eyes gaze at you and you alone, and it lets out this horrendous screech that just begins to shatter the raptors.
Zach, I had gathered all the toys over.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
Okay, correction then. Okay. Then none of the toys, because the fireball was up north. Okay, correction.
So I don't take this dreamy boy?
He's still screaming. You just caused a lot of damage to the area, so
Right.
it's not a reaction or anything. But he's definitely focused on you for the time being.
What bonus actions do I got? Bonus action going to yeah, where is it? So as a bonus action, Aura is going to say, "Oh no," and is going to Misty Step away. So, Misty Step over here, I guess. Doink. Yeah, that's her turn.
All right. The spirit is going to begin to move forward. Unfortunately, there are things in its way preventing its forward movement. So it is going to make its first attack against Cliff. As you watch its two tendrily hands wrap out and attempt to hug you. But a 15 will miss. And then it will use its last multi-attack to attempt to hug you once more.
Oh.
A 26 will hit for 19 points of piercing damage. And with one of its tendrils, it has wrapped you up next to him, just kind of putting you underneath his arm.
Oh no.
That will be the end of its turn. And I need... Cliff, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, as does Toymaker.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think that's gonna save. I don't think either of us saved.
Both you and Toymaker take 9 points of psychic damage as your mind is assailed from this. Just being close to this creature, you feel its loneliness, you feel its sadness, you feel memories of all these varying toys assail you. That is, I need to add Toymaker to the initiative because he's going to want to get the crap out of there. G, it is your turn.
Lay down the chest outside.